Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Kissy. I wanted to do a reading for the collective today. Um, the mood shifted rather quickly. It was very, I guess you can say it went from a high vibe to a nostalgic vibe. And it was all thanks to this lovely song by, I always say Sade, but I think it's Sade, right? I like saying Sade. Anyways, um, love is stronger than pride. It's on the background. I still really, really love you. Love is stronger than pride. I still really, really love you. Love is stronger than pride. So you could be connected to a an individual that you're spiritually connected to. You know that you're spiritually connected to. You can't explain why you love this person. You can't explain how you love this person. You can't understand why they're so important in your life, why they play such a role in your self expression, in your evolution, in your growth, in all the things that make you feel like you've blossomed, you've bloomed, you've discovered aspects of yourself that did not exist before you met this person. So this person ignited a fire, a passion in you that you know is yours, you know existed before this person was there, but it was absent at the time that the person found you or discovered you or appeared in your existence, in your presence, in your experience. Um, you cannot even explain why the love is so needed. It feels like it's needed, and it's not even from. I feel like, can you physically actually go on existing a healthy, decent human life without this person in your life? Very likely that you can, but that that which was created with that specific individual at that specific moment in time and in that specific way, there are no words for the longing. I think that might be too loud. Mhm. Okay. Um, I don't think that, I don't feel that it's something that can be replaced by anyone else. You know what I mean? It's like, it is very specific. It is very um, unique. It's that it's that person sparked a space within you that ignited your entire being. And only that person will satisfy. If that's, I guess that's the only way to put it. So, what had come out before I even started the video, and it kind of pissed me off a little bit because I'm not really like, I'm kind of tired of seeing the same cards. I mean, I made a lot of freaking cards, so I'm expecting to see a different card, a different song, a different movie. I want to see a different song in a different movie, but I keep getting The Matrix. So something about the matrix. It could be the matrix of your body, the matrix of your reality, the matrix of life. Stillness Speaks. Stillness Speaks by Eckhart Tolle. Maybe you read that book or might have seen it recently. Such a nice book. His tone, Eckhart Tolle, is very he speaks very slowly. But there's it I mean, I don't know if it's a thing when you get into such a like meditative state that you end up kind of like it is a very still space. I mean, like there's no rush. There's no need to use your words to express. But if you must, it comes across sometimes as kind of like very slow because it's more like you're feeling, and the feeling is so like sensual. So you have to like you feel when you're feeling into it, it's like to find the perfect word or the vibrational signature of that particular thing. Oh Lord. Okay. Oh, my face has been like just itchy. So good. Why is my face itchy? Okay. Anywho, I thought there was something else before we commence the reading. There was something else. Wait, okay. Okay. Let's hope that we can get a nice reading for the collective today. Very adventurous. New beginning. Oh my. All right, so we have the night. Something could take place in the evening, or something may have taken place in the evening. We have a life path 9. The night is also, if you think of it, it's the darkness, the hidden, and um, perhaps someone is in the dark about a situation. We have a life path 9. The number 9 could be specific to you. Um, it's all about endings, closing out a cycle. But there's something about maybe this cycle is central to a theme in terms of, I just heard 9 central, like the time, 9 central at night. Ah, that is rather specific. 9 central at night. Now it's an actual newscast here. Okay, somewhere over the rainbow. Okay, I knew it when I looked into your eyes. This could be extremely specific that at 9 central at night, a life path 1 and a life path 9, or those numbers just might be specific. I knew it when I looked into your eyes. I mean, it could be something like a phone call that just so happens to be at 9 central at night. Somewhere over the rainbow feels like when you get over the emotional I guess when you can ride the wave of the emotions that are with this union. I feel like it's a complete union too, because the 1 and the 9 equals a 10. It's like whole. It's like the whole spectrum of the rainbow. Like all the vibes are in this, are central, but it's still in the night. It's still in the dark. It's still like hidden, or maybe it's still antitrust. Like it's still something that's not trustable because it's dark, or maybe it's esoteric. Who knew that love was esoteric? Feels good to be home. You know how good it feels to be home? Like, you appreciate your home so much when you maybe didn't have the opportunity to appreciate it before, or it just feels like someone coming home and knowing that they're in a safe place, or knowing that they don't have to worry about anything, knowing that they don't have to go anywhere, that everything that they need, they have. Um, hmm, hmm, home. Feels good to be home. It really does, doesn't it? Maybe for some of you, you found your space, you found your like where you're comfortable in life, or where you're comfortable in your body, or where you're comfortable in your experience, where you're comfortable with that certain someone that just makes you feel really like you feel just right. It's like someone's talking to the moon. All right, so, well, maybe that's what YouTube is, talking to the moon. It's just like putting your feelings out there, putting your inner ideas to a public eye, only to be scrutinized or to be observed. For what reason? Why would we do that? Why would we do that if it isn't just to mm, connect with um, what's out there that's resonant with what's in here? And I think that has a lot to do with our experiences in our, excuse me, I gotta adjust. I'm getting, I told you I feel like my face was itching, now my back is itching. Okay, I don't know. It's like maybe the energy just feels like, I don't know. But yeah, so talking to the moon, it feels like see how quickly I lose track of what I was talking about. Um, talking about your feelings out there, but it's why, because it's not um it's not in the surroundings, it's within. So it's like it's extremely intimate, don't you think? Can we talk a little too romantic? I can't go that high right now. Yeah, I really do think. Someone wants to talk. Someone wants to talk. See the same cards. It doesn't matter how much I shuffle. I'm going to keep shuffling. Prue and Andy. What's up with Prue and Andy? The detective is onto the witch. So you could be dealing with someone that is maybe suspicious of your intentions or what's why are you like because you may not show all your spectrums, all of your different ways of expressing yourself, all of your different um interests. I don't think anybody really does. Maybe some of us do sometimes, maybe. But to be an open book or to express oneself so openly, like it would be like it's way too easy. So then it makes you suspicious. Like, wait a second, is this person really an open book or are they pretending to be an open book? Now that's a rompecabezas. Head head breaker? No, that's like a puzzle. A rompecabezas is a puzzle. Okay, a puzzle. Puzzle. Who's a puzzle? Somebody's a puzzle? Hmm. Who is a puzzle here? Is it you? Is it I? Ooh, a spiritual connection. The throat chakra. I feel like this connection is um, telepathic, deliciously telepathic. Your conversations can be very enticing, very extremely rich with feelings, rich with narrative, but it's like a storytelling kind of thing. So be aware. Once upon a time, there was an evil wizard that created illusions for the innocent. And those illusions led the innocent to get lost and stumble on on themselves. Why do they do that? We don't care. We learned what we needed to learn, right? So once we learn how people can create beautiful stories for us to like get lost in, we learn to remain humbly grounded and centered, central to our path, to the completion of our, notice it was like the rainbow, the color spectrum, and the number spectrum from 1 to 9, and from Roy G. Biv. They'll never believe it. Gilligan's Island. So I'm going to shuffle again to ensure that we do not get repeated cards. I'm really, really, really wanting us to have a new experience. Every day, a beautifully new experience would be nice. Every day, just a little something that's spiritually delicious is the best way to put it. And by that, it's that, life just feels a little sweeter. We talked about the sweet water, something about sweet water. Maybe your waters are sweet, you're emotionally sweet. They'll never believe it, it says. They'll never believe it. Gilligan's Island. So, a group of individuals that were kind of stranded on an island together for survival's sake. This group of people, they'll never believe it. They'll never believe what's going to happen with you. What do you think is going to happen with you at this point that's going to shock people? because that is what's going to happen here. Either you're going to communicate something very important, or you completed a very big project, or you've completed a very large scale cycle. Stillness speaks, the matrix. Let's keep that in mind and remember the power of three will set you free. So, what does that actually mean? When in Charmed, whenever they found themselves in a sticky situation, at the last minute, they couldn't come up with they couldn't really come up with an intention right in the moment, or they didn't know what they were up against, or they didn't know. It's like that um, um, go-to spell for protection. And maybe you have something that you do for protection, and it's maybe you do it 3 times, or number 3 could be relevant. Solar plexus energy, your willpower, your power, the power of 3 in numerology, your creativity, the power of your creativity. When it comes to your security, the base chakra, the first chakra. When it comes to your stability, when it comes to your basic instincts, that could be survival, you know, that could be securing your safety, right, in a certain way. I'm trying to think if there, I don't know, sometimes it just feels like the message is short and sweet, but other times I just want to keep going. The heart chakra, you could be feeling super open in terms of receiving love, in terms of like you feel a sense of gratitude, you feel a sense of appreciation. Like you might even be feeling like you've had to review all the things you've been through. Like like you can feel like a cycle, an experience or a way of life being is really over. Like you can rest on that. You can truly like realize, like, why are you surprised? Like you shouldn't be surprised. Like you've worked for this. You you put all your faith. You put all your faith in this, whether it's in your capacity to overcome whatever was challenging you, or to um, release yourself from anything that made you feel stuck, small, irrelevant, or incomplete. Oh, my son is sleeping. That's, what happens when I have I think that's loud. I hope it doesn't show up in the background because I think I have I think it's called noise reduction. Right. It's good that he went to sleep because I don't know if others are like this, right? But I think it's a motherly thing, perhaps, maybe a parental thing. There's a part of your alertness that can't let go when you're in mother mode. Like you, you can't just let go of being present. So that could be some information for you to consider. The Styrian, the Syrian star seed. Maybe you have a child that's a Syrian star seed. Maybe you're a Syrian star seed. That's a tongue twister. Um, Syrian. I feel like the heart chakra is relevant to them. Um, that's just, I don't know much about the Syrians. I can talk about the Pleiadians. I can talk about the Lyrans. And that's about, and maybe, and the Draconians. Anything else? Like, I'm not sure. Maybe you're familiar with individuals in your life that have certain like behaviors or codes or patterns, or you could just notice maybe even the environment in itself playing out that certain kind of energy that feels like you could see where the archetypes come from. We have the North, maybe, maybe those archetypes that I previously mentioned. hmm, Maybe they come from the North, or you know someone in the North that's attached to those energies. You could be making healthy choices when it comes to your creativity and how you use your energy creatively. For some of you, this could be um, basically connecting with others, socializing. It could be with music, okay, with music, or it can be just about doing your work, making money, saving, something to do with money or securities, or making sure that you can just dive into securities, some kind of securities system. It could be securities in terms of your finances, but it could also be like anything to do with um, protecting your assets of some sort. All right, so divine masculine. You could be claiming your your crown, your throne, something to do with the Southwest. You may want to travel Southwest for something. Perhaps because there's someone there that feels like they're the only person that you can talk to like this. And it has to do with the aura, it's in the aura. So, whatever this connection is, whatever you might be traveling Southwest for, whatever it is that you feel that it has to do with that one person, that the only person that you can talk to like this, could be something very personal for you. And you might feel um, maybe you're seeking oracle guidance in terms of gaining your gaining your position. Maybe when it comes to manifesting something to do with music, okay? But like when we look at music, like it could also just be like something about your creative energy and your heart space, like something about loving your creativity, okay? Like being secure in the creativity that you love to engage in. There might be interference in your connection at this time. There might be, we have Piper and Leo and interference here. Somebody might feel like your love was taken from them. Something about the faith. People are saying that a love like that won't last. We have why are you surprised? Supernatural experiences. Someone's in suspense about a superstar. So I feel like perhaps like you surprised someone. Maybe this person is a singer. Maybe this person likes singing. But the interference with you and your person has to do with your spirit guides. Perhaps maybe they're protecting your energy at this time from nervous anxiousness or protect it from becoming nervous or anxious. There might be some energies trying to put you in a state of nervousness and anxiousness. So perhaps maybe dance. Um, this could be pertinent to a life path too. Um, I don't know what this means, but you could be a day baby. I mean, maybe in your, maybe you were born in the daytime. Is there something perhaps in regards to the time of birth and the way that you, because remember we said night and now we're saying day baby. Are you perhaps a day baby operating in the night? It's a different energy, a different, it's not ordinary. It's no ordinary love. Maybe you and this person are like night and day. How weird. Like, how different can two people really be? Like, really? Oh, let me not ask that. God, please. I don't think I want to know. I don't think I want to know. Oh God, we have a Phoebe and Cole. If I can't have you. It's like these same energies in Earth initiation. We talked about Phoebe and Cole being like, they're the most delicious, toxic in TV, I think. No, for me at least. I like them on the show. I was enamored by the storyline because I think there is a thing to be said about every girl likes a bad boy, and so he was like the underworld lord, and it's the same thing. Like you want the guy that everybody kind of like respects and everybody looks up to. It just so happens to be that they look up to him and respect him out of fear, which is not quite the same. It's not quite the same. Oh, and when it's like real, real, you know what I mean? You have to ask yourself, oh God, why do they fear you like this? Like, what is it about you? How dangerous are you? Oh Lord have mercy. No, that would be kind of scary. But it's not even about like how dangerous. It's like, I like how much power. How much power do you have for real, for real? Like, that could be a little intimidating, isn't it? Wait, what? Oh, I love that song. I guess I have it on like replay for Sade. There must have been an angel by my side. He led me to you. Oh, I love that music. We got a new movie, The Recruit. You want me to talk about it? Now this is delicious. Mm. Colin Farrell. I'm not talking about him being delicious. I'm talking about the movie, the character. Okay. So The Recruit is about this guy's like in IT, and he invents some technology, and he wants to get recruited by an IT corporation or something like that. And it just so happens that while he's bartending, some guy comes across as very vague and very mysterious and also knows some very personal things about him. Gets his, spidey senses going. So let me not tell you the whole movie. Long story short, he was a recruiter for like some, underground government agency program. And so it's all about the training for this program. But the best part is in this training program, he meets Lila, I think was her name. And they they have a great chemistry together, but he really like kind of throws her under the bus when it comes to exposing her vulnerabilities in front of the whole class. Uh, it was like, oh, you want to just like punch him for that, like he was an ass. Oh, I don't like him for that. But you can't help but love him, right? Because he really cares about her. So they go through all these series of tests and psychological. Yikes, my charger. I hit it with my foot. Um, they go through all these like psych evals and all of that weird stuff and testing them out and testing how they think under pressure and all of that. So I feel like this is kind of like the kind of bond that you and your masculine have is based mostly on the fact that you've been through somewhat of an obstacle course with life that is very similar, that only, very few people can relate to that. Very few people can relate to what do you call it? The initiations that you've experienced with life, like mhm, that you've experienced with life in general. And we're not just talking about spiritual stuff in our imagination, how someone might consider it. We're talking about actual real life uh, in the matrix reality. So that's what the recruit is about. He might have completed this cycle, and you may have exposed your your understanding of your role in this, or your understanding of what's been going on in this esoteric narrative. You may have exposed some things to your masculine, or take it as you will, to your feminine. You may have exposed some things to your feminine, but maybe not all of it. And maybe they didn't expose all of it. And because they didn't expose, it's like now that it's complete on some level, some major cycle has been completed, there's going to be an opportunity to come together and freely discuss uh, what has been kept under wraps when it comes to your connection and why it's remained somewhat elusive to one or both of you. Hmm. So you might have a friend that's starting to see you uh, as maybe more than a friend, or they think you're funny, or they find that you might still have some childlike qualities, but let's call them endearing for now. Kryptonite. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe that maybe that's your kryptonite about this person. Like maybe they're hmm, maybe it's their childlike qualities that makes you weak in the knees. I get so weak in the knees I can hardly speak. I lose all control. And something takes over me. In a day, you look so amazing. I don't really know the words. I want you to stay with me. By my side, I swallow my pride. Your love is so sweet, it knocks me right off of my feet. Can't explain why your loving makes me weak. I try hard to fight it. Alright, stop. Distraction. Silly, silly, silly distractions. Of course, Phoebe. You might be very like, when you get all these downloads, how do you help yourself? It's like you're just gonna say things that come through and people are gonna probably watch you like, did you say that for real? Phoebe didn't care to say what she had to say. She would say it whatever, however came through. And 9 out of 10 times you couldn't fault her because her truth was legit. She was not a dishonest person, was she? She was strategically dishonest, and it was never usually with ill intent that I know of. So you might be dealing with somebody that could be very strategically dishonest. Can you imagine that? Yes, I'm dishonest. I'm just strategic about it. Isn't that a lawyer? I don't know. La conciencia me dice que la debo querer y el corazón me empuja, me grita. I don't know. Okay. It's about your phone. My fridge is having a conversation right now as it makes ice. It's loud. I'm sorry if it's sounding. The consciousness. Someone's conscious is talking to them. Someone's conscious is speaking to them. We mentioned the Syrian starseed. It's at that person. That person, they're like musically inclined, but they are tempted. Uh, every time they want to fall for you, every time they want to like give in to you, something stops them. They're conscious. Why? Something about what they're manifesting or what they're about to manifest or what they want to manifest. Maybe it's going to be too emotional for them. And to them, that's like negative vibes and it's strain. They might think you're performing to them. And they might think that emotions are just a, a big old emotional drama, just an act, you know what I mean? Like, they don't hold that thought. You're sweet as taboo. if I tell you how I feel? Something about bringing out the best in you. See, about the sweetest taboo. Mhm. Maybe somebody thinks it's an illusion, the whole spirit thing. There's a very pessimistic individual. It could be this person has like they have a pessimistic uh concept when it comes to love. I don't like that. You guys have a psychic connection though. This might be either you or they have had or are going through an air initiation or went through an air initiation. I lost a card that I had there, but all right. So something about the air initiation, like maybe the expanding the third eye, your mind. What was that? Yeah, broader thoughts, like maybe like being open-minded to new beliefs, new concepts, new things to consider. Like, you don't have to be the same way always. And there's nothing better than to have people around you that allow you the freedom to the space or time to discover what you are good at, what you enjoy doing. Um, like to discover your own rhythm. It's good to have that, isn't it? Like to have somebody. The Handmaid's Tale. But then I wrote handmade. Oh, I just heard tailor made. Like specifically tailor made for you. It has nothing to do with the Handmaid's Tale. It has not. It's like someone either like handpicked you or you were like perfectly stitched up just for them. Like like if God was making a perfect person for you, God would have been like, "Oh yes, oh she's gonna love that." This person is just like delicious. Ah, yes. Native nature. There's something about this person's like base nature that feels like home to you. You may have had a past life with them, where you were native. Um, there's it's a very yucky past life experience, and maybe that was part of my water initiation. And I'll share the story with you. But it was a meditation where, um, oh gosh, can I even talk about this on the internet? All right, there was this experience I had in a meditation where I found myself I was like on an island facing a rock, and it was like I was a native Indian, but I was standing facing this rock with like no clothing, and I can just sense this group of men behind me, as if they had just arrived. And I felt this like presence behind me and this fear. And I just kind of like, like it, as normal as it apparently had been for me to be walking around with no clothing, there was this sense of like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble here. And surely it was a negative experience. Um, And so that kind of exposure or that kind of abuse of innocence or that kind of I don't know if you would call it like the shame that was cast perhaps felt like like toxic, like if you were made to feel like you were toxic. But that was something that was meant to like drive you out of your own sense of knowing who you are. Um, because you know who you are. And it's almost as if a base nature of yours, an instinct of yours, a way of being of yours, a form of lineage of yours that is very innately necessary or part of your being that is required as a fact of life. You were being made to feel like you were like there was ever anything that you could have done about it. It's like asking a dragon, a magic dragon. I'm not the dragon. Okay. I know, that sounded like obviously a dragon is a magic dragon. But I'm saying if dragons really existed, maybe real dragons didn't shoot fire out their mouth. If dragons were really dinosaurs and we called them dragons. So, you perhaps have an innate sense of being that someone or a group of individuals were trying to shame you for, or trying to curse you for, or trying to get you to be confused about, when it all comes down to being a fact of life, a very natural part of your being, a very natural part of the human experience. So someone's seventh chakra could be being activated, and they're going to be sent to our special place. So you and this person might connect through the crown chakra. Maybe you'll both get a similar download, or you'll both uh, connect in the spiritual realm or in the dream realm, or you'll both have a knowing. You're gonna both have a sense of, like conscious connection. Uh, Again, very spiritual. It might take place at night. I feel like night might be, there's something special about it. Um, Life path 9 could be cherishing the day. Um, or this, maybe cherish the day of this connection. Maybe the cycle is like the completion of a phase. So cherish it, the completion of a phase. It doesn't, I mean, not all endings have to be so dramatic and so, oh, the ending, because most of the time these endings have brand new beginnings that are delicious. It's like, oh, thank God it ended so that we can start this new thing together. So that might be a thing. That might be an actual thing. And by a thing, I mean it might be something that resonates with you. So definitely somewhere over the rainbow. That means to me that when you're over, or when you're able to like really process these emotions, this wide spectrum of emotions, you'll know it when you look into this person's eyes, or when this person looks into your eyes. You might get like a wide range of emotions when you um, either when you receive the narrative or when you hear it straight from the horse's mouth, when they say to you who you are to them or how they feel about you. Remember your dreams. There might be some delays or roadblocks. Um, if there's a lack of trust when it comes to extracurricular activities, somebody might think you're like doing something you're not, or worried that you're entertaining yourself elsewhere. Again, the Phoebe Cole, like um, your counterpart, because they have a very wide spectrum of a wide range of energy. They really honed in on a whole complete part of themselves, including their shadow. So you may feel a sense of like defensiveness or a sense that you need to protect yourself around this person. But doing that is kind of like delaying or creating roadblocks. So if there's a lack of trust, we got to work on trust. I'll turn that down. We keep getting somewhere over the rainbow. I think of Jupiter with the rainbow, somewhere above the luck. So it's a vibration above luck, above happiness. It's it's beyond happiness. It's not even a feeling. It's not even an emotion. It's surpassing the spectrum of emotions and surpassing the spectrum of the life cycles. Protect protect your energy. That's the best defense. Possibly mostly when you're walking under a starlit night sky. Maybe the influence of the night stars could have an effect on you. I feel like perhaps that's because you or your person might be half witch, half white lighter, meaning, part of you uh, archetypically has a protector energy, and the other part of you has a magician. Um, there is a difference between the magician and the witch, but the witch is more in tune with nature. Okay, so you could be more in tune with nature and very intuitive through natural ways. And so, for that reason, those sensitivities require you to be a little more cautious about your energy at this time. And I think that the nighttime is going to be significant. Central is significant. And like I heard it earlier, 9 central, something to do with spirit matters. But there's going to be some kind of illusion or some kind of blockage. Perhaps it's a connection. Maybe there's some kind of astrological event. I would I would maybe look into that. I don't know. I haven't looked into that. But maybe there is an astrological event around 9 central at night. Um, that could be very significant. And there's going to be some kind of interference or roadblock to maybe receiving that message, because maybe you're again talking to the moon. Maybe you're You're getting a very close, um, you'll be able to really tap in or tune into your counterparts. You'll be able to tap into your divine partner. And in doing that, that's going to maybe solidify. It's going to solidify the connection, and it's going to bring a lot of luck to the both of you. A lot of luck. And let's clarify luck. It's not just random. No, it's just like everything is kind of going in your favor. Everything is feeling like it's on your side. You're being supported by the universe. Sports could be significant. Please don't be like Marty McFly in Back to the Future Part 2, that you get these gifts of premonition, or maybe you get some kind of insight into. I don't think your luck is supposed to be used, or the gifts that are being bestowed upon you. I don't think they're supposed to be used for personal gain. Like, is that really a rule? I mean, I think it's a rule for a reason. If it is, I think it is. You know, it shouldn't be like, oh, I got these numbers, and I don't know that the universe, I think I don't want to say rigged, but I think it works better for others, like for you to bestow that blessing, pass it along, and as you pass it along, then you receive the the true blessings that belong to you. Like, your gifts can work to help to benefit others and to protect yourself. Because if they work for yourself, everybody would have known this by now, would have been, abusing it. I think the system is smarter than that. It doesn't allow you. I mean, there's a certain amount of abuse I guess you can get away with, depending on how naive another person is and how the free will of another is being infringed upon. However, it would be likely that for that reason, there are things in place spiritually, I think, like real spiritual blockages or something towards truly, I was going to say disimbalancing or unbalancing the natural order of things. Hold on. Think I leave you down when you're down on your knees. I wouldn't do that. I sped it up. Someone thinks you'll leave them down when they're down on their knees. I feel like this person has exhausted themselves looking into you, has exhausted themselves trying to understand you um, through undercover means, and they need to put it to rest, or they need to take a nap. Don't you hate it when somebody says, go take a nap? You're just grumpy. They used to tell me that. My parents used to tell me that. Whenever I would start getting like fussy about something, complaining or arguing, like just random out of nowhere, bitching about something, go take a nap. You're tired. Go take a nap. Like, damn it, they're right. All right, so pay attention to your dreams. I think that'll be one of your best offensive, or that'll be your best offense. Like, I know football. Be willing to not reveal everything you know, or everything. You're keeping things behind the scenes, especially when it comes to this spiritual connection. It's extremely passionate. All right, bye. Leave it at that. Leave it at that.